Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to the channel. My name is Bipolar with a brand new video. And in today's video, we're actually taking a look at the Vanguard weapons, man, in Call of Duty Vanguard. Now, before we actually hop right into it, man, I gotta show you guys some top 10, not even top 10, top 5 loadout at the moment that you guys should be rocking right now in the new Caldera map. And within 24 hours, man, I've been hearing about these weapons that a lot of people been talking about. So I think that these are going to be the weapons that a lot of people are going to be using for like the next week or for like a whole entire month of the new Caldera map. And if you guys do enjoy today's class setup as well, what you're gonna do is drop a like on today's video, hit that subscribe button because it's brand new, and don't forget to leave a like on today's video, man. I'm telling you guys, man, leaving a like always just help out the video. And go down in the comment section below and recommend some weapons that you guys didn't even see in today's video that you guys might think has potential, man, in the new Caldera map. Now let's get right into today's class setup with it. Okay guys, so the first weapon we're gonna be talking about is, of course, the Automaton. Now I'm gonna tell you guys why, man. Like, a lot of people saying like the Automaton is kind of reminds them of like the EM2, the Graw, because of like its low recoil, has like a heavy hit damage. Everything about this gun makes it feels like it's like one of the best assault rifles at the moment besides the bar, which is, I'm actually going to get into that as well in today's video as well. But so let's get right into the attachments. Now for the muzzle, everybody's been recommending, man, and I think this 100% is the best muzzle to, of course, going to be rocking at the moment is the MX silencer. What you are getting is your plus accuracy, but you are losing your ADS-B. Kind of reminds me of like your monolithic suppressor and your agency suppressor from like the previous ever Call of Duties. For the barrel, I will 100% say that the sniper barrel is going to be the best barrel to do rock for the Automaton. What you guys are getting your plus bullet velocity, your range, and of course your accuracy itself. For the optic, I will 100% say the 3.5 rifle scope kind of reminds me of the 3x scope from the Cold War weapons. Legit, I think this actually is going to be the new optic meta of the year. So I will 100% the rifle scope might just be the wave as of right now. What you guys are getting, of course, is your accuracy, your recoil control, which you guys got most of them from your Cold War weapons and of course your Modern Warfare. But I would think that this is going to be the new 3x scope for the Vanguard weapons itself. For the stock, I'm 100% said that the padded stock is going to be the attachment for the Automaton, which actually does help us with your accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. And you guys actually get your plus resistance, flinch resistance by far, my fault. For the perk, I would say the frenzy perk is going to be the wave for the Automaton, which this is actually kind of reminds me of like quick fix in my opinion, which you guys actually can regen health after a kill, which I think, in my opinion, if it kind of does work exactly the same way how quick fix was when you down them, your health goes back up, I think it's gonna be like specialist all over again, like legit. Like these perk system on these weapons, I think it's kind of like a great additions to add it into the game. But I will 100% say the frenzy perk for the Automaton is like one of the most important things to do have on the gun as of right now. For the perk 2, I would say on hands by far is like one of the best perks to do have on the gun besides like your fully loaded. Like for the perk 2 categories, I'm gonna just let you guys know right now, man. On hands and fully loaded are the only 2 perks you guys gonna be seeing in the loadout. And if you guys don't see a fully loaded loadout as well, 100% recommend this, because you guys can actually get us like a fully maxed out gun for both weapons. Well, not for both weapons, but for the first weapon and even for your second weapon if you have it on both of them. So I will 100% say fully loaded and on hands are going to be your best perk 2 options at the moment. None of these other ones help out. So 100% recommend that. Now for the rear grip, I would rather say the stipple grip, which actually does help us with your recoil recovery and intel fire recoil control, which by far I think is like one of the best rear grips for the Automaton for itself, since it actually does have like a faster fire rate. So you guys that don't know how to control the recoil for the Automaton, I would 100% say this actually is one of the best attachments to rock for this one. And you guys already know, man, there's a lot of attachments that go over it and a lot of guns. So 10 plus attachments for 5 guns for itself, not even 5 but 10 guns for itself. It's over 100 attachments I'm going over in today's video. So listen, man, if you guys be hearing me coughing, I'm doing it for a good reason, man. For the ammunition, I'm actually of course going to be rocking this a 45 round magazine for itself. It's no point of rocking that 75 round, but you guys are losing straight ADS speed and your movement speed. And a lot of people are going to say like, why not rock us like a 50 round magazine for itself? And I'm going to tell you guys why. You guys do get your bullet velocity, your damage, everything about it sounds a little bit good, but you guys are losing your plus fire rate, your recoil accuracy, and your control. Like, it's really no need for the Automaton to be losing all of that just for your damage and your bullet velocity. Like, come on now. Like, the Automaton for itself, even with the previous attachments I just showed you guys, man, helps out with the damage range and the bullet velocity for itself. So I will 100% say this rockets a standard 45 round magazine. It will help you out later, man, on the run. I'm telling you guys, it's not for the rockets a 55 round mag. For the ammo, I would rather say, man, this rocket's the Lethan perk, which actually just helps with your bullet velocity. You're gonna be seeing most of this on your guns itself, especially in today's video, man. The ammo type for itself is going to be Lethan, and of course it's going to be hollow point, and the hollow point is only going to be for your SMG builds, and I'm going to explain why in a little bit. But for most of your primaries that you guys are going to be seeing in today's video, of course going to be dealing with like your Lethan perk, which is that's going to be the best ammunition for all of your guns, especially for like your primary guns. For the underbarrel, I'm actually going to be rocking the M1941 hand stop, which actually just helps with your vehicle control and your accuracy. Now I'm going to get right to the next gun. Okay guys, so the next gun I'm actually be talking about is the PPSH. Now jgod, a lot of people been talking about this gun so much, man, like so much, man. And I'm actually I got like a perfect build for you guys to do help out. Now this is actually going to be, it's like an up close range build. It's of course going to be good for your hip fire accuracy, everything about it, man. Especially for this build right now, I think jgod said like it's really no point of rocking this like no special mag for itself with the standard 1 round drum magazine. By far, it's just what makes the gun just feel like it just hits mad heavy, especially for close range. I think it just deletes pretty fast, especially when I was seeing jgod use it in his video. For the muzzle, I'm just gonna be rocking this. Of course, it's a strife compensator, which actually does help us with your recoil control. For the barrel, I'm actually rocking a 230mm BO3P barrel, which actually just helps us with your hip fire accuracy, your recoil recovery, your recoil recovery as well. I don't like why is it 2 pros for that, and it's your plus fire rate. This by far is one of the best barrels to do rock for this one. Now you guys could actually rock this like your light barrel, your rapid barrel. Now especially the rapid barrel for itself, like you guys of course want your plus fire rate, especially for like those up close range fights for the PPSH. You guys really don't need like no long range build for the PPSH, but for like a close range for itself, by far I think the barrel I'm actually showing you guys and the rapid barrel of course are going to be the only barrels I would think 100% going to be recommended for the PPSH. But I would say that this one is going to have it's like a better impact for itself, which you guys are getting like your plus fire rate, but you guys getting more for the pros for itself. So I would say that for the bat barrel is going to be the best one. Now for the optic, I'm of course going to be changing is the iron sight for itself, which is just called whatever that name is. But I'm actually rocking as an ISO 3P. Legit, man. They got some crazy names for the optics, for these attachments. So listen, I'm not gonna be explaining all of them. I'm gonna explain what I can explain for the name for itself, but I'm actually gonna be breaking it down for you guys. Now, you guys say she can change up your eye sights for the PPSH. So 100% would recommend is this one. And if you guys actually don't like the eye sights for the PPSH, man, just rock us like a slight reflector, man. It helps out any type of way. If you guys actually do want us like a red dot sight for your guns. For the stock I'm actually rocking, of course, is a skeletal stock, which actually does help us with your sprint of fire and your plus movement speed. For the perk I'm actually rocking is, of course, is disable, which is kind of reminds me of hollow point, and I would recommend this rocking like both of them. Now, if you guys actually don't want to rock this one as well, you guys can actually, of course, can rock this like your fleet perk, which actually just swap weapons, and you guys get a plus move speed. Kind of reminds me of on hands as well with the dexterity perk, which actually kind of reminds me of like the amped perk. From Warzone or Modern Warfare. So I would say like if you guys don't want to rock that, rock us like the fleet perk, or rock us like your tight grip, which actually does help us out, which is sustained firewall accuracy, and you have your plus recoil. For your rear grip, I would 100% say rock us like a fabric grip, so you guys can get your ADS speed and your sprint of fire, and of course you guys can get your hip fire recovery, recoil. And for your, like I said, I already explained the magazine for itself. For the ammunition, I would 100% say the hollow point is going to be the best attachment for most of your SMGs, because you guys are going to be making us like a hip fire build out of them. And even if you don't want to make a hip fire build, just make us like a really good close range build for your SMGs. Legit, it's going to be the best addition for most of these Vanguard weapons, because I don't think most of these guns, especially for the SMG builds, are going to be like really that good for like long range fights. And I'm just going to be doing maybe like another top 5 for the SMG builds for like any type of long range fights for them. So for the underbarrel, I'm actually going to be rocking is a pistol grip, which actually helps us with your sprint of fire and your hip fire accuracy. Okay guys, so for the next gun I'm going to be talking about is the bar. Now a lot of people have been saying that the bar hits mad heavy in the new CALDERA map, and I'm just gonna be explaining like most of these attachments that actually can help you guys out. Now most of these attachments I've been explaining over for the MX silencer, one of the best muzzles for the barrel. 100% I say is the 2B barrel, and I'm gonna tell you guys why, man. Now, the only two barrels I will 100% recommend is the XL barrel and the 2B barrel. Now, the 2B barrel, which actually just helps us with your damage range, but with the XL barrel, you guys actually get at your flinch resistance. And I'm gonna tell you guys why I say that the 2B barrel is one of the most important things. You guys can actually get at your damage range for itself, and there's no type of bullet drop off with this one. So I will 100% say the 2B barrel is one of the best things to do have for the barrel, which actually I think a lot of people say it's like a 3-shot to kill depending on how many places the person has, and especially like the long distance range fight that you guys can actually get handled from anywhere on the body. Now for the optic, like I said, we're still trying to work on like what's the best optic for this one. So I will 100% say the G16 2.5 is like one of the best optics for this one, and the 3.5 whatever sight that I said, the rifle scope, which by far I think these are the only two best optics at the moment. For the stock, I'm actually rocking a Cooper SP, which actually just helps with your aim and stability, your recoil recovery, your intel fire recoil, and your flinch resistance. Now, this is actually going to be one of the best stocks to do rock for the bar, which you guys are going to be wanting to use this one for, because for the bar itself, even though the fire rate's a little bit slow, you still will want to know how to control the recoil for the bar, since this actually does jump way too much even at a beginner's level if you guys don't have the gun maxed out. Now for the perk I'm actually rocking, of course, is focus, because you guys actually get your plus flinch resistance, and for the on hands I'm actually rocking it's the same thing for on hands as well. Rear grip I'm actually rocking is a polymer grip, which actually does help us with your flinch resistance, your accuracy, and recoil while sustained fire as well. Like I said, like this kind of like a build that's gonna be good for like those long distance range fights without having no type of like bullet dropped off on nothing, unless if somebody have us like incendiary rounds or kind of have us like another perk. I think it's kind of like something with drill or something. It kind of reminds me of like a perk in the perk category over here. For the magazine, I'm actually rocking it's a 30-round magazine, which actually just helps us with your bullet velocity, your damage, but of course you guys are losing your plus fire rate and your recoil control and your accuracy. But don't worry about that, because most of these other testing that I'm actually of course gonna be showing you guys, man, is gonna help within the bar range. And for the underbarrel, of course, I'm going to be rocking the M1930 Strife Angle, which actually does help with your accuracy, your aim stability, and your aim and walking steadiness. Okay, guys, so for the Tommy gun, I'm actually, of course, going to be rocking is for the muzzle is a recoil booster, which actually does help us with your fire rate. For the barrel, I'm actually, of course, going to be rocking is a 14.5 straw barrel, which actually just helps us with your hip fire accuracy, your recoil recovery, and your hip fire recoil recovery. By far, it's actually one of the best barrels to do rock for this one. Now, if you guys want to rock us like a long distance range fights, I would say the cooling barrel is kind of like one of the best one. Or if you guys want to still rock us like a close range one, I would say the rapid barrel is kind of like the best barrel to do rock for this one. But I would say that if you guys want like a best one for like hip fire as well, especially the first barrel is one of the 100% the best recommendation for the M1928. For the optic, I would say the slight reflector is kind of like one of the best optic to do rock for this one if you guys want to aim it down sight. For the stock, I would say the adjustable stock is one of the best ones for your plus sprint to fire and your plus movement speed. For the perk, I'm of course going to be rocking the fleet, which actually just helps us with your weapon swappiness quickness, and you guys can get your plus movement speed. For the perk, I'm of course going to be rocking this quick, which you guys can get your sprint to fire, well, not sprint to fire, but your sprint speed, was kind of, I think it only works like if you guys actually like start like tag sprinting, whatever. I don't know, but I think it's like one of the best perks to do rock for that. For the rear grip, I'm of course going to be rocking, of course, as a fabric grip for your AD speed and sprint to fire, which actually kind of help is with your hip fire recovery. For the ammunition, I will 100% say it was rocking is a 9mm 50-round drum mag, which actually does help us with your plus fire rate, your AD speed, your movement speed, and your recoil control and accuracy. But you are losing your damage range and your bullet potential and your damage, which it really doesn't matter because this actually is going to be still is a close range Tommy build. So I will 100% say this is by far one of the best magazines to do rock for this build, especially for itself. And for the underbarrel, I will 100% say the pistol grip is one of the best underbarrels to do rock for the Tommy gun. Okay, guys, so now we are on the sniper itself. Now, this actually is the Kar 98 from Vanguard. Now, most of you guys are probably still gonna use this the Modern Warfare one, but I'm saying, guys, man, you might just want to use the Kar 98 one from the Vanguard category. It was pretty good when I was playing Vanguard, and I think it might actually be good for Warzone as well. Now, for the muzzle, of course, I'm gonna be rocking the SD silencer, which is actually kind of like the MX silencer, which actually just helps with your accuracy. For the barrel, this is by far is one of the best barrels to do rock at the moment. You guys see, actually rocking the Rio barrel, which actually just helps with your bullet velocity, your large one-shot to kill area, and your accuracy. Now, the only thing I would kind of wish that this Kar 98 would have is a vital perk, because if it did, by God, this would actually be one of the only snipers to make it a one-shot to kill. So I will 100% say that's the best barrel to do rock for this one as well. For the stock, I will 100% rock as a short stock, which actually does give you your plus movement speed, ADS speed, sprint to fire, and your aim and walking movement speed. But don't worry about the cons as well, because the cons aren't really as what impact you besides just your accuracy. It's only as if you're like a good sniper for yourself, man. Legit, I'm telling you guys, 100% for your ADS speed is a 100% recommendation for most of these Vanguard snipers. They really don't have is no type of ADS speed, but I hope especially in Warzone as of today, this actually makes like a greater impact on most of them. For the underbarrel, Massey Rock is the M1930 stripe angle, where it help with your accuracy, aiming stability, aim and walking steadiness. Ammo type, of course, like I said, going to be rocking the Lethan for your bullet velocity. This really no point of rocking no magazine for itself, because if you guys do rock any of the magazine besides of the 3-round mag, you are losing is your bullet velocity, your range, which I do not recommend is rocking this. Like, it's no point of rocking this one. Not even a 20-round mag. Like, none of these are even worth rocking besides the 8mm cluster 3-round mag, which you are getting your ADS speed, but it's no point of taking away 2 extra bullets. So you guys would 100% rock is of course is your plus. You guys would just rock it like a standard mag. And if you guys want to, man, rock this mag. It helps out. You guys do get your plus ADS speed, but you are losing 2 bullets, so I will 100% not rock that. For the rear grip, of course, like I said, fabric grip, ADS speed, sprint to fire, all that stuff. Now this perk is recommended for the car. Now, this actually does reduce the angle at which enemies will see a glint from a sniper scope and increase the time before the glint appears. This is by far one of the best perks you do rock for any of the Vanguard weapons. So legit, man, if you guys do have, like, especially for like the Kar 98, man, please recommend rocking this. There's no point of having a glint on your sniper, and especially for like anytime, like for somebody to think like you have like a regular like gun itself. No, man, legit, this is the best perk to do rock for the Kar 98. So I will 100% say rock, please rock that one. For the perk, of course, like I said, it's on hands to just swap weapons quickly, everything that you want to do, man. Best Kar 98 set up for it. Okay, guys, so I'm really excited to actually talk about this one. And I'm actually, this is, for you guys that actually don't know what this is the top breaker for any guys that played Warzone back in the day. This is the snake shot for Vanguard. Legit. Best setup as of right now for this one. And I'm gonna tell you guys why there's no optic, because a lot of you guys that probably played Vanguard, you're probably gonna say like, why not rock an optic? This is nowhere near like Vanguard, where you guys can switch from like, not switch, but have like an optic can kind of like boost the little stats and everything. That does not stack on here, so don't think of doing that. I'm telling you guys, do not. For the muzzle, rock is the FA stabilizer, which just helps with your accuracy and your damage range. The best barrel to do rock for the snake shot build is, of course, is a Wilkie W4 stud, which just helps with your damage range, your bullet potential, and of course your bullet velocity. For the trigger action, please rock as a rapid action. This is actually what helps with your plus fire rate increase, especially for the snake shot build. This is actually what helps it like kill people a little bit faster, and especially if you don't use both of them at the same time. To you guys, man, just tap one, use the other one. It legit just makes it like a greater impact, especially for the snake shot build. For the magazine, rock is the 30 Russian short mag, which actually just helps with your plus bullet velocity, your range, and of course your damage for itself. This is the snake shot round itself, the M15 shot shell, which actually is the damage radius. By far is one of the best attachments that you do rock for the top breaker. And for the rear grip, please rock us the Pine Tar grip, which actually just helps us out with your hip fire accuracy and recoil control. Of course, your akimbo perk, and then for the quick, for the perk 2, it actually helps with your sprint speed. Okay, guys, so this is the SMG build for the STG. Now, most of you guys already know about the blueprint for the STG that we already experienced like the first time in Warzone, which most of you guys are probably used, but this is kind of like another build, but kind of like a little bit better. So for the muzzle, like I said, FA stabilizer kind of does the same thing. For the barrel, I'm actually gonna be rocking is a 200mm rapid barrel, which actually just helps with your plus fire rate. For the stock, I'm actually rocking is, of course, is a 40 stock for your sprint and movement and your movement speed as well. For the perk, I'm actually going to be rocking as a vital perk. Now, I'm explaining this a little bit, and I'm going to explain it while going over like the other attachments as well, like your on hands, rear grip, everything's still the same. And of course, for the hollow point is by far one of the best attachments to rock for the STG. Now, for the vital perk for itself, I will 100% say rock that one as well. because when you rock the vital perk, especially with these other attachments, your plus fire rate anywhere you hit on the body is very critical. So it does a little bit more damage, so I will 100% say please rock the vital perk with this STG SMG build. Is one of the best attachments to do rock for this one. And for the underbarrel master, you're going to be rocking the carbon foregrip for your recoil control and your hipfire accuracy. Okay guys, so here's a Bren setup. Now I noticed a lot of people, and even jgod, have been talking about this stuff. This is kind of like a Reboy gunning that he's been kind of hyping this up as well. Like, I don't know what's up with the Bren, but hey, it was pretty much good in Vanguard, so let's hope it actually has that much potential in Warzone itself. So for the muzzle, same thing, MX silencer. Barrel, I will 100% say the Queen 705mm Royal Barrel does sound like it's going to be the best barrel to do rock for this one. What you guys are getting is your bullet velocity, you reduce scope while aiming on sight, and of course your damage does not drop over the range itself. So I will 100% say the Royal Barrel is going to be the best barrel to do rock for the Bren. Same thing with the optic, 2.5 G16 optic scope. The stock for itself, I'm just going to be rocking is the Oka Shield padded, which actually does help with your aim and stability, your recoil, recovery, your intel, fire and recoil, and of course your flex resistance. Perk I'm actually going to be rocking is the type grip, which is actually it's going to be the same perk as well, which actually does help us with your accuracy and recoil control during sustained fire. For the perk, I'm of course going to be rocking on hands. Rear grip is going to be fabric grip. Same thing with ammo. Ammunition is going to be Lethan. On the barrel is going to be the same thing for your stripe angle, accuracy, aim stability, aim and walking steadiness. Magazine, let's say, man, best one is probably going to be is the 30 round mag, which actually just helps us with your accuracy, your range, everything about it. But I don't know, man, some people keep on saying, man, like the Bren just feel like it's going to be like a maybe like a 3-shot to kill, but there's really no point of having none of these other ones, because even like the fire rate is going to be like a little bit slow. I will 100% say the first round magazine is going to be the best attachment to do rock for the Bren. Okay guys, so here's the STG build for the long range. Now I'm gonna explain this one, and the MP40 is going to be the last gun we're going to be talking about, because most of you guys already know about the STG since you guys already used it so much in Vanguard, even the MP40, which I probably think that's the only gun you'll probably have ranked up, man. But listen, man, for the muzzle, MX silencer, for your accuracy, for the barrel, I will 100% say the 760mm barrel is going to be the best one to do rock for the STG, which actually just helps us with your damage range, your reduced sway, and highly accuracy and controllable. For the optic, this is really just up to you guys, but I would say the G16 2.5 optic for itself. For the stock, I'm 100% say the precision stock is going to be the best one for this one. Not much of the tactical nor the weighted one itself, but I will 100% say the precision one itself is going to be a little bit good, since you guys are getting like your horizontal recoil control and your ADS speed, but none of these other ones are going to be really much like a help for it. So I would say the precision stock is going to be the helpful one about it. For the perk, I will 100% say the acrobatic one is going to be the best one. And if you guys don't want to rock this one, you guys is going to rock a sleight of hand, focus, anything else. But it's really no point of the vital perk, and I'm going to tell you guys why, man. The vital perk might be nerfed in Vanguard, but I don't think it's going to be that good for Warzone, because you're going to be hitting this like a multiple spots, especially depending on for those long distance range fights. So I would think that if you guys would want to, man, kind of just rock something else, man. Like, it's really no point of us rocking it's like the vital perk for the SCG for those long distance range fights. Perk I'm actually rocking is fully loaded, so I can have it's like a fully loaded maxed out gun itself, especially when I get my first loadout. And even if I'm at the final circle, man, like this is probably going to be the best loadout to do get. Rip grip I'm actually rocking is the leather grip that I can get as your ADS speed. Magazine for itself, I'm of course gonna be rocking this the same one as before, the 50 round magazine. You guys actually do get your plus fire rate, movement speed, your recoil control, but you guys are losing your plus damage range itself. And if you guys don't want to rock this, man, just focus the standard 45 round magazine. It actually does help out, but you guys are losing your bonus for your plus recoil accuracy and your plus fire rate, and you guys just won't just get that bonus. And for the underbarrel, I would 100% say the M3 ready grip is actually going to be the best underbarrel for the SCG, since it's kind of like of a gun that already has like a low recoil for itself. So you guys would still just want like an ADS speed for this gun itself, and especially if you guys can get your sprint of fire and your plus movement speed. Okay guys, so this is going to be the last one we're talking about, is the MP40. Since most of you guys have been using this so much in Vanguard, like I'm actually surprised I'm even covering this gun as well. For the muzzle recoil booster for your plus fire rate, barrel is going to be the 317 millimeter barrel, which actually just helps with your highly accuracy and controllable while reduce your sway while aiming down sight. Best brother do rock for the MP40. Optic I'm actually gonna be rocking is the ISO 1M, which actually does change your ISO. For the MP40, the stock I'm actually gonna be rocking is the 300 and obviously 333M folding stock, which just helps us with your sprint of fire and your plus movement speed. Perk I'm gonna be rocking is the brace, which actually does help us with your intel fire and recoil. Perk I'm gonna be rocking is, of course, is quick. Rigor is going to be fabric grip. Ammunition is going to be hollow point. Ammunition is actually going to be a 7.62 30 round magazine, which actually does help us with your plus fire rate, ADS speed, movement speed, recoil control, and accuracy. And for the underbarrel, I'm going to be rocking this a pistol grip. So here you guys go, man. Best top 5 class setup at the moment, man. Right now in the new Caldera map, and even for Rebirth finally. If you guys did enjoy, man, make sure if you do leave a like on today's video, hit that subscribe button because it's brand new, and go to the comment section below of any gun you guys actually rocking at the moment, man, for the next video. But for Polar, I'll see you guys in the next one.